Well, good day and welcome back on my back step. What am I doing today? I'm going to continue working on my stove. Now, I do have another little project in mind, but the stove is the big one that I want to get done. However, I do need a stick that I can use because I had some ideas about what to do. So I do need to cut a stick, and hopefully it all works out for me. I did bring out my power supply again because it's very cold again. Well, it's warmer than it has been, but it is about 28 degrees, so it is -2 Celsius, 20 or 28 Fahrenheit. So I'm going to get my power hooked up and run outside the tarp there and grab a piece of wood, one of the branches that I had. I need two actually for my secondary project. I think, yeah, I only have my primary project here today, which is my stove, so the secondary project might wait. And it might not. We will see. I'll be back in a second. Okay, so I've decided not to light a fire just yet, because if I can get my stove done good enough in the next little bit, I'll be able to use that to light a fire. First thing I gotta do is get me some gloves on. These ones should be good enough. Just keep some of the chill out of my hands. Silky saw. Sorry, I just cut it off. I did it twice and you still didn't see it. So what I got this done for is so I can put this down in here. Burn a nail. Damn. I just lost my nail. I'm gonna go look for another one. Well, these are not the size that I quite needed. They're a bit smaller. That's all I could find. Have to make do with those. My slushy water. Very refreshing. And I see I getting this door attached. Now I'm going to get fire going in this thing. But first I gotta start removal of my old fire pit. Just going to stack the racks on the sides for now. Maybe stack some up behind the stove just for safety and heat retention. But let's get this stuff cleaned up first. I'm just going to lay this in the house again. Well, that gives me a lot more room over here to stretch out. It's only 2 bricks instead of the 3. And I'm going to start splitting some of this and get a little fire going now just to see how well it works. Once I get the good stovepipe and that on it, it should be even better. But at the moment, I've just got what I've got, and that's just this square pipe that I need. Let's get on this glove so I don't whack my hand. Alrighty, see if I got a lighter. Don't know if I do. I might have to run back in the house. No lighter. Alrighty, I'll be back in a second. I'm gonna run in there. Alrighty, for the sake of this test, I closed this side up over here as best I could. But it's still not great. Let's grab some birch bark. Nice little handful. wrong piece of bark there. There it is. It's already radiating a good bit of heat. All this stuff got to dry up off of the outside and burn off. That's okay. That's just old soot. Well, that's working like a charm. Now I've got a decent stove out here, I can sit back and relax a lot more. And my nice cold drink. Oops. So that's not going to be any good for that. My little thing for keeping the door closed got too warm, and it's actually getting too pliable to keep that on. So I'm going to have to fix that. That's okay for now. I got a big stick. Lean that against the door until I get that other piece fixed. I'll do that next time it comes out. I'm not planning on cooking anything or anything here today. I just wanted to go out and try my stove, and the heat that's radiating from it is amazing. The temperature is gone up to almost 40 degrees by lighting my stove. That's just, you know. And that's only 2 pieces of wood. That's all I did up for this, 2 pieces. I haven't touched my big pile. I just took 2 pieces out of this piece here, out of this bag behind us, and I chopped them up and put them in. I am going to throw in a bigger piece now and let this burn up. Oh yeah, there's a spot there where there's some dropping out. That's okay. Throw these little ones in alongside it. Close it up. Kick my feet up and relax. And let the fire burn. The little drafter seems to be working, doing its job okay. The place hasn't filled up with smoke at all, which was one of my biggest things. Now there is a little, you can see in the light, but you're going to get a little bit anyway, but it's not like having the fire going. And that's mostly from where it opens the doors, and that this chimney is not the greatest. Like I said, I'm going to look at some actual funneling for that and see if I can't get the funneling. Yep. So I'm just going to sit here and relax for a little bit, guys, and I will get back with you in a little bit. So I'm sat here looking at my stove, and there's all this smoke gathering, but if you look, it's not coming from the stove. It's coming from this here where it should be going out. It's just coming up into the thing. This is where having a good stovepipe comes in. Obviously that's not a good stovepipe. I can hear the embers and that falling down on my stove again now, so I'm going to pick up these few scraps of wood that I got here. I'm going to check the stove and see how burned down it is. Then I'll probably throw these in. Another day I comes out, next day I comes out, I'm going to clean up all this area here. Get the floor all cleaned off. My ultimate goal is to be able to put a sleeping cot out here. I've said that before. If I get other wood to do this up, I'll have no trouble with that at all. Let's check on the fire. Let's see how this is going. Oh, look at that. Let's throw this piece in here. Oops. This is the one with the glove on it. I won't be trying to throw it. It's going to be enough for the day, I'd say. See, it's not smoking from there. Smoking from there. You can see the temperatures after going up past 40. You have to go by those top little dots. So I'm almost at 10 degrees in here now. So yeah, starting to get warm. Almost warm enough to take off my hat again. So this is working out as good as what I wanted it to. Really good, so I am quite happy with that. If I had something to poke in that, some fire retardant insulation or something, just to put around it. Hopefully soon I'll get the proper stovepipe for it. And one of my next big tasks now is I have to fill in all these holes here, these ones. I may put up another piece of tarp over it, just for the time being. Because if the wind starts coming towards me, it's going to all blow in through there. And that's where the fire pit used to be. this is for my next project. It's a start on it. See how the fire's doing now. Good. I'm gonna need a fire poker though. It's this. Very hot. See, the thing is with the stove now, those coals will stay in there and keep that very hot for a very long time. I might actually clean some of this up before I leave. Even if it's just a little bit. But they'll keep that going for a very long time. As long as I got some little bits of wood like this, I can open up the door and toss them in and it'll light back up again. It's above 10 degrees there now, Celsius, so it's at 45, a little over 45 degrees Fahrenheit, which is fantastic considering I only had 2 little splits of wood, well maybe 2.5 little splits of wood that I made a fire out of. It's still going pretty strong. I'd say about an hour out of those, which is maybe not quite that long. But I did get more time out of it because I'm less smoked out. Even though you lose some through the chimney. But that's fine. Let's get this stuff put away now, because I'm soon going to go in. I'm just going to let that fire burn down a bit, and then I'm going to head in. The other thing about this is I don't have to really worry about throwing water in it, because it's fully contained. So as long as it's sufficiently burnt out, I'm good. My face cloth X mask does the job. Water. Alrighty, I've got everything all packed up. My stove is still pumping out quite a little bit of heat, but it's good. You can see it's getting that blued color from the fire burning inside. I like the look of that. My door is turning grey like I expected. Let's have a look inside. She should be burning down pretty. Oh no, she's still burning good. I don't know how well you can see it, but there's a big piece in there that's still burning up pretty good. Leave that like that. I'm just going to sit here for another 20 minutes or so, and then I'm going to go on in. So, nothing else to do here now but clean up a little. And that's not going to be hard because I'm just scooping it up and throwing it out underneath. Yeah. That frees up. It's amazing how one little thing can make it look like there's a lot more space, you know? But I can stretch my legs out now. I might leave that other brick there to put my feet up on. And I might find some other use for it. Maybe I'll use it for a step just outside right there. I might have to use it to prop up some of my my vegetable garden. Once I get to my vegetable garden, that's going to be just outside here and on my deck. I do have to get more pans because I have multiple projects that I want to do with the pans, and it's not just vegetable gardens, it's other things that I have planned. So some of those I might start on in a little while. Yep. It's a little bit out. I could get one of those little fans and put on this and it would blow the heat out at me too. May or may not be one thing for the future possibilities. Yeah. But not yet. Still got some little holes in it to plug up there. And I have some ideas too for stuff. Alright, you guys. Thank you so much for coming along for this episode of My Back Step. Stove is a complete success. Fire pit is gone. But I got a stove. So that's okay by me. And I can always rebuild the fire pit later on if I need to, but I don't see it as being a necessity, not with the plans that I have for this place now. Of course, as always, guys, be safe and have fun. When you're doing stuff like this, make sure you do it safely. Make sure you keep stuff like fire extinguishers and things like that on hand, because you never know with fire. It has a mind of its own. I also have a little plan for the opening of my stove, whereas I'm going to get some pieces of metal like this and put down so that the sparks cannot get down in between when I open. Now, I have not had that issue as of yet. I don't foresee myself having that issue, but it's just a part of being safe. And so, on that note, guys, have a great day. Don't forget, each and every one of you is important. Catch y'all on the next one.